3.
Welcome to the Two and a Half Citizens podcast.
I'm Zen.
And I'm Pablo.
And okay, let's get right into it real quick. Roman's not here once again because we've been, honestly, our weekends have been really busy and Roman's weekdays are really filled. But we're going to have him back very soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I was hoping we could get him here today, but everything kind of happened real last minute. But we got this. Roman, we miss you. Shouts out, Roman.
Shouts out, Roman. We miss you.
But how's your week been?
It's been good. I lost my wallet. That's not good. So that's other than that, it's been good.
It ain't funny, but it's kind of funny.
It sucks because
there's like you have so much more extra shit to deal with now.
Yeah, like I can't even spend my Simmy.
You can't?
Because my cards have been locked. I tried to go to my bank today, and they were like, "Yo, you need an ID to get a new card," and I was like, I just told you I lost it, and then they were like, sorry.
So there's no other way you can't like...
Yeah, I was like, I have my social security card with me, and they're like, nah.
Because I guess then technically like your name, you know what I mean?
Like, and I guess like if, let's say for example, I lost everything. Like let's say my social was in there, so I guess that's like precaution for, since socials have pictures on them, you know, so I get it.
Yeah, that way, you know, in case someone finds you, you can't just be like, well, I have this social.
Yeah.
You know, can't I just get access into this account? Makes sense. I understand. I appreciate it until I'm in the situation.
Oh, no, 1,000%. Yeah.
Like until I'm the one that's like dealing with it when I don't have my information. I'm like, it's me. Like, I'm just like, it's me.
Bro, it's me. This is my money, bro. Like...
But for other reasons, you know, I respect it. But nah, it's been chill. It's been like, I don't know, these weeks have just been going by real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, Easter's already coming up. Like, damn, Jesus done already almost died. Like, it's crazy. But I mean, I guess in the spirit of Easter and talking about Jesus and stuff, let's kind of get right into it.
Yeah.
So, did you see the Lil Nas X video, for starters?
No, I haven't seen it. So, actually, I was in Austin this past weekend, and the homie was like, yo, did you see this Lil Nas X shoe? And he, like, pulled up, like, a picture of it, and I was like, that can't be real, bro. Like, that's so controversial. Like, there's no way Nike, like, would allow...
behind that?
Yeah, there's no way they would allow that. Like, that's crazy. And then, you know, I was, like, looking at, like, other sneakers accounts, like, to see if anyone had, like, posted about it, and no one had talked about it yet. So I was like, I don't think that's real, bro. And then he's like, yeah, I don't think so either, because this is like too crazy. Like it's supposed to have like human blood in it or something. And it's like, yeah, that's mad wild. And then like that was at nighttime. Come the morning the next day, I'm like, yo, this actually is real.
Yeah. So now Nike, it's a Nike Air Max, but it's like a custom Air Max.
Yeah.
With a brand called Mischief.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like that's what the brand is. I mean, it's like MSC.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So it definitely looks like Mischief. And it seems like it's one of those situations, like I don't know if you've seen some Nike lawsuits in the past where you're dealing with an issue in court where they're saying it's okay because it's
they bought the Nike shoe, yeah.
They bought the Nike shoe and it's a customization that they're selling. So that's what has been recently talked about in suits before. So now we're dealing with this shoe did come out. So there's a song called Montero, aka Call Me By Your Name or Call Me By My Name or whatever the fuck the song is. And it's a tie-in with the music video. Mm-hmm. So we'll go into the shoe first. It's one of 666. Before the song even came out, Lil Nas X was doing sneaker press runs and stuff like that, talking about this shoe. So Mischief has gotten a lawsuit now.
Yeah.
So they have gotten a lawsuit.
Did they get a cease and desist for both Lil Nas X or just Mischief?
I only saw headlines and stories talking about Mischief, so I don't know if Lil Nas X is actually attached to the suits or not. Because
I saw that he was posting on Twitter, like I saw from sneakers accounts that he was like trolling on Twitter saying that like you know that like broke Squidward meme?
I saw the broke Squidward meme.
Yeah.
Him saying me after the Nike lawsuit, but I didn't see his name attached to the suits. Because I mean, I guess it's like Lil Nas X just partnered with it and I guess assumed, right, technically that they should have all their business handled.
Yeah.
So the human blood thing, by when I heard that question get brought up to Lil Nas X directly in an interview, didn't even seem like he knew exactly what like that was about. Mm-hmm. So it seemed like he was caught off guard by like the thought of like blood, like, you know, oh, real blood. So by what it seems like in certain articles or whatever, the Mischief employees were actually saying that there's a drop of blood in each one of them by Mischief employees. So it seems like if that was a thing, it doesn't have, like, Lil Nas X didn't really have maybe anything to do with it.
That's
that
gross.
was more like
how
on
legal,
their thing.
I wonder if that's how they get Mischief. If it's not the copyright thing, it's the human blood part. Because how legal can that actually be? You selling human blood?
I don't know. It's like, because if it's a drop, like, it's, how would they determine it? There's a lot of liquid in that's blood, like, inside the Air Max bubble. Mm-hmm. And so if there's a drop of blood in the bubble, like, I don't know. Are they just capping? Like, I think they're just capping. I mean, if they are being for real.
But then if they're capping, could you get them on false advertisement?
I don't know. That's wild. Possibly. So let's say they're not capping then. Mm-hmm. If they're not capping, how do they prove? So then you go with the fault. So, but I don't know. Yeah. That one's a tough one. The fact that they even brought up. I know it sounds cool, and the idea of like it. No, actually it sounds
fucking nasty.
I mean, for the sake of like, if you're into the aesthetic of the oh shit, this is like a devil shoe or whatever. No. Cool. There's a drop of blood in it or whatever. I don't think it's gross.
It's gross.
I'm sure it's gross, but like aesthetically, I can see why it's cool. I just don't understand why I go through all the trouble. It just seems like way more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's at any rate, it's just way more trouble than it's worth. To even through the process, like fuck, we're getting poked today. Like shit.
And like, yeah, just like whose blood? Like that's not sanitary.
They're saying Mischief employees, by my understanding.
That's. See, I don't know, man. All of that just seems very unsanitary to me, too.
I think it's kind of like, you know, like the blood cult type shit when you're like, yo, we're going to.
And I think that's another lawsuit that could be like maybe they can get in trouble with like, fucking, who does all that? Not the CDC, but like the.
Like the World Health Organization?
So something like that.
Like, you like someone. I don't know. Somebody probably going to have to come in.
This is unsanitary, bro.
But it's been interesting to see him troll and play this whole thing out because I honestly feel like it's like people are being way too wild about shit for no reason.
I don't know, man. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I don't feel like it was that much.
It was a lot.
I really don't feel like it was that much.
I feel bad for Nike.
Nah, okay. So It's customized shoes. It's only 666. You're not even getting a full 1,000 pairs out there. Yeah. It's just this picture, this idea. Because if you're literally talking about only 666 people will have this shoe. Period.
It is interesting that the resale price on this shoe is probably going to be ridiculous because of how limited it is and how like the big controversy behind it. Love it or hate it, that's just going to be the reality because whenever you tell people you can or can't have something, it just makes it
it makes people pick a side. It makes people then be like, and this is where I want to start getting into like the next part of this whole thing. The shoe, I think, do I like this shoe? I don't like all black shoes. I can't have a big emblem of any kind, whether it be a pentagram or anything, on a shoe, me personally. And I don't know, there's just, to me, it's not a shoe for me. It's not a bad looking shoe. Yeah. It's not like certain shoes where I'm like, I could not fucking wear that. I could wear it. I'm not going to cap. Yeah. It's not that terrible. Just not a shoe for me.
I don't know if Lil Nas X or Mischiefs are actual like Satanists, but just as someone who like believes in God and knows that to some of this extent this is real, I just don't know that this is something they should like play with, especially when you add like human blood to it. It can get real serious real fast, bro. I ain't trying to like be in no exorcist situation.
No, I think that there's a lot more to that I want to kind of dive into. But to close off the shoe section, I mean, I think the shoe can live or die, do what it is, but the thing is the idea of it. The idea that it exists. Isn't that the wild thing? That the whole thing about it isn't whether the shoe... It's not like you're saying, I don't want my kids going out and buying these shoes. Your kid's not going to be able to fucking get this shoe.
Yeah, no, they're not.
So, like, it's not for that. There's only going to be 666 people, including Lil Nas X, who has one of 666, who will have this shoe. Yeah. It's the idea of it existing. And the thing that makes me mad is, like, let the 666 people, I am sure there are 666 people who worship the devil in the world. And they make way more crazy things for Satanists that no one gives a fuck about just because they're not attached to Lil Nas X. So, like, the fact that the idea of it existing is the problem, because they're not going to get the shoe. They're not going to see anyone in their day-to-day period wearing this shoe.
Yeah.
It's literally, I can't believe the shoe exists.
True. And like, if you were, like, if you were, like, at the park and you see someone wearing that shoe, you'd be like, what the fuck? And then, just go about your day. And then that'd
be it. Yeah. Go about your day. Be like, huh. And that's it. But there's a few other things that go into this whole thing. Maybe get your holy water. Well, and that's actually an interesting point that you say, because I want to say that he had like a custom made shoe. Maybe they didn't go out in production like this. Maybe it did, with his not first music video, but the previous music video that he did, which I think was Holiday or something like that, where that whole aesthetic
where he was like it was like Ice or something. He was like Mel Elsa or something.
But there was definitely a shoe where he kind of did like an all white with holy water type of shoe.
Oh, I saw that. I think that was another Mischief thing, and they put water from the Jordan in the air bubble, and it was another 97.
So that's the thing, is like it's like this version to this version. It's like we're just flipping
and then
it.
And then I did see the trolling that it was like the same shoe. I don't know. This one was fake, but it had like Chick-fil-A, My Pleasure. And it had like John 3:16 on it.
That'd be a hard shoe. But there's a whole other side of the controversy that I want to get into here. So not only did Lil Nas X get a lot of controversy over this shoe, the video itself brought a whole swarm of attention, let's just say, to it. Okay? And it's very interesting what Lil Nas X does with this, and how I think he controls it. So he's twerking on the devil. He slides down into hell on a stripper pole in like some sort of male lingerie, and then begins twerking on the devil. And that caused a whole swarm on Christian conservative Twitter. And it's kind of what I think he wanted, because if you think about this, when Christian conservative Twitter and them as a group, not that everybody's the same, but if you're talking about that mob mentality, they really they would have never really, for the most part, partaken in like what he does or his music and stuff like that, right? They do the same thing with Cardi B.
They're just mad he's a kid from Old Town Road that other kids listen to.
Which that's
more on the parenting than it is on him.
Yeah, but basically, once they get into it, that boosts everyone's like, when people are like, why don't they like it? I want to know why they don't like it, and that literally just boosts it. Last time I checked, it was at 38 million views.
Yeah, because it's like us. We're talking about it, so then people are like, oh, what happened? Oh, he did what? He twerked on the devil? I'm trying to see that.
And that's why I don't even think... So that's been the big thing. Shoes aside, that whole thing, the twerking on the devil thing has been insane for a lot of people, because everyone feels like Lil Nas X is a 4Kids artist who has switched the script. It's kind of like what everyone I feel like felt with Miley Cyrus when she went from like Hannah Montana to being Miley Cyrus. By the way,
did you see the note that she wrote to Hannah for the 15-year anniversary thing?
What did you tell her?
He was just like, yo, big ups to you, Hannah. Like, it was very like meta, like kind of like...
I saw her like shouting out Lil Nas X. Like, I saw her showing love to Lil Nas X over like all this kind of stuff that's happening. And it's weird because like it's blowing up his song, and it's making like literally have you seen how many pastors are out here like preaching about this?
No.
All the pastor videos?
No.
I've seen hella pastor videos.
Oh my gosh. That's
wild
cringy.
shit.
That's really cringy.
And it's very cringy. And like you'll see
as
him
a Christian, I think that's cringy.
and you'll see him like Lil Nas X post some of these things and be like, we're in the middle of a pandemic and people dying in mass shootings and y'all still congregating over here to talk about some shoes?
Yeah.
Like,
that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And it brings up a question that I've been seeing a lot, which is the idea of if hell is even a real place. Because not even in the, if you don't believe in God, then of course you don't believe in hell. But saying that a lot of people bring up this idea that hell as a place or as an idea was created by the church as a way to like keep people in line. Like if not, you'll go to hell, when apparently hell really isn't something that Jesus preached about.
I think it's more of like, it is used as a scare tactic, and that's annoying because then it takes what Christianity is supposed to be and it turns it and twists it, and it puts God as this like evil principle or like, you know, this like head figure that's just like ready to like pound you into the ground the second you mess up, you know, and that you have to be afraid, and you don't even like God like that. You're just trying to not go to hell. Yeah. You know?
I think that's the thing about it is like, I don't know, the idea of hell seems so insane in the way that it's described that like, I don't think anybody would want to even send their worst enemy there. So why would such a merciful God, such a loving God, even subject people to such like darkness?
Yeah, and it's not that, the way I see it, it's not that he's like subjecting anybody to it. Like, it's very much people have choices, you know, and it's...
But do we think that Jesus even talked about it? And I think that's a personal... I feel like... And it's... I don't know. That's the thing about it is I feel like every religious sect or every religious genre, let's just say, of Christianity kind of has their own beliefs of like how they feel like things really should be interpreted. Is the Bible just like an interpretation? You interpret it like how it fits in your life? Or are there objectives? You have to follow things objectively. I think that's a big debate, right? In a lot of religions, to each their own, right? But the idea of hell, I don't know if I believe that there's actually a place as wild as like what people try to describe. And that maybe the whole thing is the idea. Maybe it is living of the world, right? Maybe it is like the things trying to pull you away from God or the devil, and there's not this actual beast that is down there so that you're twerking on.
No, I mean, so that there are, because the Bible does talk about like Satan and all that like that stuff is very real, and it's very much like
I know Satan's like the fallen soul, I mean angel or whatever,
but like there's three things at play here whenever we interact, and it's so like if you think about it on like a personal level, you pretty much hear like three voices throughout the day, which would be like yourself, your own flesh desires. I do believe that people do hear from like God, like the Holy Spirit, and then you're hearing from like the demonic, like the bad influences and stuff.
So if you're like dead ass talking about like the good,
essentially.
Good person, bad person on your conscience, on the shoulder
to a certain extent, because
little devil, little angel.
To a certain extent, I do believe it's like that. I think whenever something you get a thought and it's very like selfish and it's very like self-uplifting, I think that's just ourself like trying to, just. That's just like what we'll call the flesh if we're using like biblical terms.
Yeah.
And then you have like a demonic thought, and it would be more of like hurt this person, do this to that, something like that. And then you have a thought. Let's say the thought that's from God, and this thought is uplifting you, and it's telling you that you are worth it, that you are more than what you believe you are. It's very it's that encouraging thing that we all get encouraging thoughts about ourselves, but we usually are, depending on how we are, whether we are narcissistic or we lack self confidence, we push it to the side or we raise it more to where it needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's at play, and there's a lot of it is like I do believe a lot of things are spiritual, and whether do I think this if you buy this shoe you're gonna go to hell? No, I just do, but I do believe that there's certain things that you do that have consequences, you know, and it's more of like we don't think about it at the time, but the more so we don't have like a full on theological argument. I would say it's more of like you have to find the information, and you know a lot of it too that gets lost is like translations, and I don't like how like the church does try to scare people into being like you're going to hell, because that's the misrepresentation of God, which he at every turn wants people to be like, because it's all a choice, you know, for it to actually work you have to choose that path, and at no point is God telling like there's no ultimatum here, you know. You could literally live your life however you want, and you're not gonna get struck by lightning, you know, like everything that you do are gonna be and everything that happens to you, good or bad, are gonna be consequences from your actions or the actions of people around you, you know.
So I mean, I don't know, I feel like there's that thing where you could like, not even to get into that whole thing, probably make your own hell on earth or whatever, or uplift yourself. But with all that being said, the interesting thing of how he went and twisted all this stuff, heaven or not, or heaven and hell or not, is where he started basically being like, all right, check it. Look, all you Christian conservatives who are going to say the same thing to me that you guys always said, hey, look, I'm gay, I put it out there, is what he said, right? And he's like, y'all are all telling me I'm going to go to hell because I'm gay, this and that. God, all right, fine. I'm going to lean into that. Sure. All right, check it. And then says, y'all want to see something? And then goes, all right, I'm going to go to hell. Like you said, I went straight to hell. I'm gay, I went straight to hell. I'm twerking on the devil. I'm doing everything y'all said that I was going to do because I'm gay. So it seems like
you have to know when you're getting trolled too.
And they don't ever know when they're getting trolled. And so it's just really funny. He's literally going back with like stupid shit. Like one of the tweets was like, you and Cardi B couldn't last 5 minutes on the debate stage with Candace Owens. He's like, you can't last 5 minutes in bed with your wife. It's just funny.
Wait, why are they coming at Cardi? What did Cardi do?
Because same shit. Cardi, remember the whole Candace Owens when she was going at Cardi? Like,
I don't know who Candace Owens is.
So, black Republican figure.
Okay.
So, you know,
is it that lady that's always like, I think I know who she is, who talks about abortion and stuff like that too?
Probably.
I think so.
So, there was a whole situation where when Cardi and Megan like were scissoring on the stage, that was another thing. Like, I think Cardi does the same thing where like she does these things that she knows.
Oh, on the Grammys, yeah.
Oh, yeah, are gonna like make conservative Christian Twitter all upset. Like, girls scissoring on stage? What has this world come to? And it just immediately, which is true. I mean, what has this world come to? But they just gotta let it fucking go. I mean, here's the thing.
Look, I saw that live. Me and my fiance looked at each other and we were like, whoa, that was a lot. And then that was the end of it. We were like, all right.
All right, so that's the thing is, for them to see now, I see it for you guys who are in y'all's like mid-20s to look at each other and say, that was a lot, but whatever. When we literally see girls twerking on the gram every day, it's just like what's around, like everywhere. Their whole thing, of course, is going to be like, my kids are watching the Grammys. So when you guys are looking at each other and being like, that was a lot, whatever, there are 12-year-olds that they're being like, now these super old parents are being like, that's a lot. This was insane. And my kid was in the room. That's like, I get it, but it's also like this, you you know,
yeah,
when you hear the words Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion,
you change the channel.
What the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like your kids aren't fucking being able to like get a hold of this shit. And it's like the big thing that I think everyone kept on saying about this Lil Nas X thing, and he had a really great point, of course, which is like all the kids loved Old Town Road. Every kid was like, and he was like, the fucking song was about adultery and lean. Okay? Like, and you guys didn't have a fucking problem with it. Your kids were listening to it. Second, Satan's twerking on the devil or whatever, or I'm twerking, which is, by the way, just him twerking on himself. He played all the characters.
Yeah.
So it's like, he just twerking on himself. Regardless, it's like, come on, like, you can set up parental guides.
For sure.
There's definitely steps that you can take.
No, I think I always think that whenever parents freak out like this, it's like, bro, you're just mad because you don't know how to control your child. And
you want to let them be on a tablet all day and learn off the internet, and then you get mad when the internet is interneting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're not going to parent, then don't get pissed off about what your kids learn from the internet.
Like, your kid's probably on 4chan.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. All right? It's like pre-Reddit, like mad, super dark, crazy, dark web. Like, you know, there's all sorts of weird shit, wild shit that people in life should not see. And these kids are probably on these things. And you're really upset about something that's on, like, YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
Which
like,
you can set, like, parental guides on YouTube, bro.
You can set parental guides on everything.
Isn't there, like, a kids' YouTube? I have heard that kids' YouTube is, like, actually kind of wild. Like, some stuff slips through the cracks.
It's crazy because have you heard about... That's the thing is parents need to know what the fuck is going on because...
This is hard for us because we don't have kids.
No, I know.
But, like, I would not give my kid the internet at whatever age.
Because I think there was a big controversy with, like, some shit where, like...
Yeah, there's some videos that was, like...
These weird things where, like, in the middle of a kid's thing, like, a person's coming in and saying some wild shit to the kid and fucking with them and then, like, bouncing.
Yeah, or, like, there was these videos that were, like, oh, it's, like, Spider-Man and, like, hanging out with, like... whatever, Elsa or something, and then it's like weirdly sexual, and you're like, wait, what? How did this get to kids' YouTube and stuff like that? So like,
but I don't know, man. Shouts out Lil Nas X. Keep on doing your thing, dog. Keep on being gay. Real talk, like. I mean, why?
No. I feel like
we need more gay superstars, dog.
Yeah,
we got Frank Ocean
for sure. Like,
and that's it.
Be yourself.
No, I'm just kidding. There's probably mad gay people that people like. Never mind. There's Kevin Abstract. Shouts out him.
Yo, I'm waiting for the new album to drop out. You know, for Brockhampton.
Dog, you be listening to that gay shit?
Yeah, I like the album, bro. I like the music.
Dog, that's gay. No, I'm just kidding. I be listening to that gay shit too.
It's good music.
I mean, shit, we might be... I mean, if we don't officially know that when we're listening to Tyler, if we listen to that gay shit or not. We never found out.
Wow, yeah, we never found out.
We never found out, so I think we may be listening to that gay shit, dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways,
or
y'all,
Harry
real
Styles,
talk.
We never knew.
I wasn't listening to that gay shit anyway. Real talk. On that one, that Watermelon Sugar, bye, bitch. I'm skipping. Real talk
song,
immediately.
Bro.
Immediately
it's a
can't
good
stand
song.
it. But shouts out Lil Nas X.
You know it's not on here, but if we could have like 5 minutes about it, I always give Justin Bieber a hard time. And I'm not I'm not a Justin hater. You know that I'm not a Justin hater. Elvira says that I'm a Justin hater, but I've explained it to her multiple times where it's like I hold Justin Bieber because he's so talented to a higher standard. So when he puts out like random pop songs, when I think it's really more the label pushing him to do that, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you have all the power and like connections in the world. But this album, though, is good.
I feel like Justin Bieber has literally hit or miss albums.
Yeah.
And this has like been a thing in his career. I think for the most part, most of them are hits, except for Journals was not a commercial hit because I think he took a big break and like thought about his life and he didn't tour that entire year. So he didn't tour that album. But that was a great album that like never really had any like, I didn't hear those all over the radio. He had Chance the Rapper on there. He had R. Kelly on there before, you know, the Surviving R. Kelly doc. He had Big Sean on there, I think. A lot of great people on this album way back then, and it didn't get any commercial success. And then he drops like Purpose or whatever afterwards, or whatever the fuck that one record was.
With like I'm thinking the pictures,
the black and white.
Yeah.
He's black and white, all tatted up.
Yeah,
that one, insane. He had Halsey and all this kind of stuff, and it was a really good pinnacle of him in an up place. Basically, it depends on how the public is viewing Justin at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So the previous record that had Yummy on there, fucking terrible album, and that single was so bad, didn't even care about listening to the whole rest of the album. I did listen to Spotty songs. There was a song with Kalani on there, and only because I like Kalani, I listened to it a few times.
That album was not good. Yeah,
it was not.
I didn't like it either.
Didn't care for it at all. This album, good, but explain. Do not, as a white Canadian,
I know where you're going. I know
your album with a Martin Luther King sample.
Yeah.
Okay? When your album is not political.
Yeah.
Like when your album does not at any way, shape, or form.
I was thinking about that today because I was in the car with my mom, and then she's like, "Is that Martin Luther King?" And she was like, "Why does Justin have him on a song?" That's the only part that I thought was weird because all the songs are about like having sex with his wife. And then it's like randomly, here's this like Martin Luther King sample.
And then in the middle, he does a Martin Luther King interlude to then lead into another song about having sex with his wife.
Yeah. Which is fine. If you're going to have the Sex With Your Wife album, have the Sex With Your Wife album, bro.
But just leave Martin Luther King out of it, dog. That's my whole thing. It's like, for one, your album is called Justice in a time where people are talking about justice.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, like what's he gonna talk about? Now, great song, but like I don't know what justice and getting your peaches from Georgia and your weed from California gotta do with justice, dog.
And you being
seems mad privileged to me.
And you being lonely.
Yeah, dog, seems a mad privilege to me. They're in way different places. California all over here, Georgia all the fuck the way over there. And you getting your peaches from over there. First of all, the freshness of peaches is very delicate. So for you to be able to get those peaches to you in California at peak freshness is privilege.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I don't want to do a lot of Justin slander. No. But it was really... I don't want to put stuff in people's mouth. I don't want to say it was disingenuous, but it did feel a little
The fact that he even did it, period?
Yeah, because
it made it seem like he was supposed to it's pretty much to me the same way that I felt, but that's because also I don't care about this artist at all, which is why it made me so much easier to hate on him. I actually like Justin. When David Guetta or whatever the fuck the way you pronounce his name, the EDM DJ person did this is for Floyd and his family. He was like there doing this huge EDM set, and it was like, let's go or something like that. Like
now go back to doing Molly.
No, basically he sampled Martin Luther King, and it was like an I Have a Dream EDM dubstep remix. Like I have a dream. Boom, 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 boom.
See, like
it's like, come on, bro. That's not what we need.
When Lil Baby does the bigger picture, like that makes sense. And it was a single. It wasn't on anything else. Like he just dropped that on its own. So if Justin would have did something like this on its own,
but he didn't even make a song.
It's not even a song. It's just
just the interlude. It was just like he has enough money to somehow, however much it probably cost, I don't know if it's fair use, to get the Martin Luther King sample.
Did the family approve it? No, I mean, I don't know. But okay, that aside,
at least I didn't hear too much of a big deal, like people really saying it was racist or anything.
No,
I don't think it was racist. But I just don't think. I just think it was performative.
Exactly.
So I don't know. It just album are pretty good. There was some songs I was like, that Peaches song goes mad hard.
Bro, I love that he had weird features on there. Like he had Daniel Caesar, which is a big artist, but he had Giveon on that song too.
Yeah, but they've both gotten so
But they're not.
Daniel Caesar is. I'm glad he got him on there because it seems like Daniel Caesar's so great and he makes such good music, but he also gets himself in a lot of trouble online.
Does he really?
Just by saying shit like on live. Like, he'll just straight up be asking questions and people will be like, you are so this and that. And it's like, sometimes you gotta be like, bro, cut the dude a break. He's from Canada. He's dead ass trying to figure out how America works.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, him as like a black man, but because he's a black man, but he's not an African American man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a difference. The struggles are different. He's from Canada where things are different. So, like, he's asked questions on Instagram lives and stuff, and then gotten in trouble. But he also has had, like, the back and forth thing, too. Like, he literally got offended by something Dave Chappelle said to him.
Oh, yeah, when he called them gay or something?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't think that gave him too much shit. He kind of came back and was like, yo, like, I should have
But they were, like, both drunk or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He does get drunk and then just kind of start asking questions on live and gets himself in trouble.
Yeah.
So he's a really good artist. He's not the internet's favorite. You know, like when the internet loves an artist, like Playboi Carti can do no wrong. The internet fucking loves him.
But his music sucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Daniel Caesar's music's really good. So everyone, like, of course, enjoys the music. You can't deny when the song is a hit. Mm-hmm. But he gets himself into a lot of trouble on the internet. Mm-hmm. So if something comes up, I could already see probably things in below. Yeah. And be like, but he's like this.
One of the Justin songs, though, on the album, Lonely.
But, I mean, yeah, that was Benny the single.
Blanco. Bro, that song got me thinking, I genuinely believe that it is lonelier to be rich, to be Justin Bieber and be rich and privileged, than to be us.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that as a common theme in a lot of people's music, and then you think, like, how, like, imagine, like, the idea where it's, like, you're lonely in a crowded room. That's been, like, a big thing, too. Like, imagine, like, you have to
question everyone in your life. Do they like me because I'm Justin Bieber, or do they like me for who I am?
Even then, think about you're literally around people the entire day because you have a team, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody is on the payroll. Yeah. You are the thing making the money, making sure that everybody is good. And so everybody, of course, while they want to, like, build a good relationship with you because they know they want a good relationship with their boss, they're also trying to make sure that the things that they say or the things that they do motivate you or move you into the direction that they feel is best for their money. Mm-hmm. When they're talking to you, that's always in the back of your head. When you're working with coworkers and stuff, you can have fun with them because
your money doesn't affect, like...
Yeah, like, you guys are all just here at work. We're getting
paid regardless.
If it does, you may start getting all upset, like, bitch, what the fuck, we're not playing no more.
Yeah. But for it's the most rare part, for those situations.
You're able to have, like, good, fun conversations and kind of build these friendships. It's not the same with your boss. There's always that thing where it's like, well, he stole my boss. Mm-hmm. I gotta be careful. I can't say this. If I say this, am I still gonna affect him like this? And, like, you're around all these people who have to kind of be yes men, mm-hmm. or whatever, or you find, like, there's people who you know were around you, but then, like, you're just moving around with this team, but, like, you by yourself, like, you were literally, like, on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
While just everybody else is dealing with what the fuck they have to deal with.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see it being just such a weird...
And then, like, if you interact with someone, they want you to be the Justin they see on TV.
Yeah.
Or, like, that they've seen on the internet.
Yeah, like, you have to be taking all these pictures. I feel like when he was going through that, that's why he was being so shitty to paparazzis. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, he was learning, growing up. Like, at one point, like, when you're a little kid, everything just seems so, oh, wow, like, this is crazy. And then you become, like, you start becoming an adult, and then you're kind of like, yo, like, is there ever going to be a time where I just get to, like...
Be a person?
Yeah, like, I just get to, like, chill, hang out, go out, not with... all these fucking people, and not every time I walk out of a building, a million cameras are there because somehow they know I'm here. Mm-hmm. Like, all the, let me dip out the back and, you know.
It must be exhausting.
Yeah.
And imagine trying to have, like, he found Haley and stuff, but imagine trying to have, like, a legitimate, like, romantic relationship where it's, like, how much of this is true, how much is she looking for clout, how much is, like... after my money, how much is this and this, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's a lot of waters you have to maneuver with that.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that being like a big a big thing where, like, a lot of people talk about that. They weren't prepared for what they were going to get into, mm-hmm. and then now they're just in it. Yeah. So yeah, I really feel like it's a very demanding profession on you emotionally.
Yeah, because I mean, at first, like, I would think about, like, man, if I had that money, blah blah blah, blah, like I wouldn't have these problems. But then I think about like spoiled rich kids, and I think about how much like they have to go through a day to day, probably wondering, do my parents actually love me? Or do they just throw money at me because like they don't really know what to do, nor they want to take the time to be with me?
Yeah, so
like at no point, I grew up broke as shit, but I never at any point I never had to question whether my parents actually cared about me. Like
yeah. Now they might get upset with you when you start asking for money, and that's where things are like that's where like the line of. I think there's that line where if you had this much money, I don't know what that magic number is because it always seems like once you get there, you need more. Mm-hmm. But if we only knew where that magic number of like where you'd be like comfortable to pay all your bills, but not so wild to where you have like mad disposable income that like.
And then your kids are shitty.
Like pretty much, the point, where do you hit the point? When your kids don't become shitty.
I think it's all parenting, though. I think
so too, but it's hard because
for sure. Because the more money you make, the more
especially when you're the first person to make money.
Oh yeah,
you never saw anybody before you deal with how to deal with parenting with money because you dealt with the broke situation.
Yeah.
So your whole thing is always just like, I just don't want my kids to deal with the things that I didn't want to deal with.
Like I'd be like, bro, the electricity's on. There's food in the fridge. Like, why y'all complaining?
Yeah, but it just comes to that thing because then what are you gonna do when
for sure.
Like, what are you gonna do when your daughter comes up to you and says like, "Yo, like the kids at school are calling me poor because I don't have the new iPhone."
And I'm be like, same.
You know what I'm saying? But you know you can. Yeah, that's the thing is like when you know you can't. I think when you know you can't, that's fucked.
Yeah, but when you can't,
But when you can't, then I think you start getting more crafty, creative.
What I want to do, and this is like, I want my kids to know the value of $1. So like, if they ever want something, I'm gonna be like, all right, you better collect cans. Like, we got neighbors. Ask if you could mow their lawn.
What about when they come to you and tell you
lemonade stands?
When you say, I want you to learn the value of $1,
mm-hmm.
and they tell you the value of the dollar is dropping every day, Dad. There is no value in the American dollar anymore. Everything's crypto now. That's why I have my crypto wallet.
Okay,
you're far behind on the times.
That's
Dad.
not what I was.
What are you gonna do when they tell you that, dog?
That's not the conversation we're having.
How do you know that that's not the way they're gonna respond to you? How do you know that that's not gonna be what they try to hit you with?
Okay, whatever. Then we'll be like, okay.
By Neuralink, they may already know, dog.
Okay.
They're like, Dad, what did they tell you, Dad? You want me to know the value of $1? I'm seeing the value of all the world's currencies right now. What are you talking about? The value is this.
This was supposed to be a metaphor.
I'm just saying, dog. When they try to hit you with that, what if you find yourself with a snappy kid?
Then they're fucking grounded. They gotta try to be wholesome with you.
and then they just take off in their jetpack, said, who you grounding? And then just fly away on their drone.
That's my jetpack. I paid for that. You ain't paid for none.
Oh, at that point, you have to disable it, dog. You have to set parental controls on the jetpack.
Yeah, bro. I want my kids to know I allow you to live here, bro. Like, this is all mine. At the end of the day, this is mine.
I feel that, dog. I really feel like, I think that's the way to do it. It makes them feel like there's a line because it fucking sucks.
Like if I end up rich, because I know I wouldn't be wealthy. Wealth takes generations to build. But if I'm rich, I'd be like, I'm rich. Y'all ain't. Like, I built this. You didn't. Like, you got to build your own.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. You have to make them want to struggle. And I think there's a line, though, where like, do you want, I don't know, man, fuck it. Let them do it when they're 18. You have that line where you don't want them to be be like, motherfucker, like, I want to get out of here so bad that, like, they're trying their best to just fucking leave.
Well, but whatever. Sink or swim.
And maybe that is what you need. You need to make them want to leave because they're like, he isn't going to give me the money to leave. If I want to leave, I got to figure this shit out. Mm-hmm. The problem is you got to be careful. If it's a guy, this is where like the shit happens. If it's a guy, that usually pushes them to be like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. With the girl, Luckily, I think with the feminist movement, a lot more girls have been a lot more independent. But the usual issue would be like, this girl just finna find herself a dude. Who's she gonna run off with then?
Yeah.
She'd be like, I don't like this dude. I'm gonna go to a different dude.
I'm not gonna be like a piece of shit about it. I'm gonna be like,
no, I get like the idea. I think that's the problem is finding the balance, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Finding the balance of where,
like, set up a lemonade stand and I'll match it. Whatever you make, I'll match it.
Yeah, and then, oh dog, you gotta be careful. Them Karens gonna be coming up asking for permits.
Oh yeah, we're brown. I forgot about that.
You dog, real talk for a second there. You forgot you was brown. Real talk, you was talking the rich white dream for a second. Like, man, my kid's gonna have a lemonade stand. You know, it's like you almost forgot like prejudice was in the air for a minute. Bro, that's wild.
You do say I have a lot of like, whatever that means, white activities or
I was literally talking about. I was talking to like my family about what's gonna happen with your bachelor party, like what the ideas are, and I'm like literally explaining like something that like a Chet would tell me, like we're gonna go stay at an Airbnb by the lake, and you know we're just gonna have some. It's gonna be really cool. There's gonna be a pool, a lot of outdoor games and stuff. I thought, should we do a city thing or like a land thing? And then we're gonna go into the city, go to some breweries. You know what I'm saying? Just just have some fun.
Play some board games.
I brought Risk. Like, it just sounds mad white to me, dog. And don't get me wrong, that's why I was like, I love white activities, dog. And then you were like, what? Hold on. I was like, no, dog, like, you explained to me like a very Caucasian day. Like if you was like, dog, we're gonna go to the Rio, get some Coronas.
I mean, we could like
no. But I'm saying like think about what.
Ain't no one saying you can't bring the Cholo beer. Like bring the Cholo beer.
No, but think about it, dog. If one of my cousins was doing a bachelor party, you know who I'm talking to. If one of my cousins was doing a bachelor party, what do you think it's going to be like? I don't think they're going to no breweries, dog, for starters.
Why you hating on breweries?
They're starting the night at Chulas. For starters, they're going to Chulas. All right?
Is this in Brownsville or is this in Houston?
I don't think they have a Chulas in Brownsville, so this has to be in Houston. If this was in Brownsville, bruh, they're going straight to Mexico. Real talk. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to Mexico. All right? Cheaper beer.
Yeah.
Way looser prostitution laws.
Oh, God.
Like, you're going to Mexico if you're in Brownsville. 100%. But if you're in Houston, you're starting the night off at Chulas. You may hit Bissonette up. You're getting some Coronas. It's a different night. All right?
I don't like Corona.
I don't either.
I like Modelo.
I'll drink a Tecate.
Tecate's good too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do that.
I'll do Dos Equis way before.
I'll do a Dos Equis 100%. I'll do a Corona Seltzer.
I've never had those. I think
it's probably technically that's the cheapest. I mean, not the cheapest. Technically, that's the less calorie. It's supposed to be like the healthiest one. Mm-hmm. Numerically, if you look at the back. The one that tastes the healthiest, I don't know if you know, there's like that healthy taste when you're like, this tastes kind of healthy. Michelob Ultras. They have a seltzer.
Okay. Yeah.
And then apparently, I was informed by like some inside information. I don't know if it's out yet.
Insider trading?
Topo Chico dropping a seltzer.
They're already a seltzer.
An alcoholic seltzer.
Okay,
They're going into the hard seltzer game.
Oh, I was about to say.
So a leader in the Mexican seltzer said, "Yo, hold my seltzer." But let's get into a few other things.
Yeah.
For starters, dog, why doesn't America own all major ports of trade? Like, why aren't we just, come on, can we all just be like, dog, come on, let's just let America be in charge of that shit? Who the fuck gave Egypt the canal?
I don't know.
That 12% of international trade goes through?
Oh, God. I don't know. Somebody needed something.
And Ole Miss,
the UN was probably like, come on, the U.S. has the Panama Canal. They got...
Which we had and then gave back for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why we need to grab a hold of this one.
I don't know, man. I think here's the thing.
Let's get into first of all what happened.
Yeah.
So Egypt got this little like, it's like, I don't know, man. This canal has some like gorilla grip pussy, dog. Like
Ew.
held on, bottleneck that hoe. Big. So this really big carrier.
I saw a little crane trying to like scoop the thing out. It was hilarious.
So this really big, like, cargo ship went off track, went into the Suez Canal. Now, the thing about the canal is that they've actually been doing a lot of work on it in the past, making it wider. Because it was mad, like, it's been mad skinny. And now, like, they've made it to where in a lot of parts of it, there's two-way, like, travel. There's a lot of room for, you know, all these ships. This was in a skinny, not modified yet part of the canal. Boat went in. A gust of wind hit it. So it turned. And in that process, just boom. Just got itself lodged in there. Blocked 12% of trade for almost a full week. Got stuck on a Tuesday. Got let out on a Monday. Like, it was wild. And by my understanding, you're talking about like 1 point some odd billion dollars that is being lost in revenue every day because
it's stuck.
Because it's stuck and they're not able to go through that channel. So you're having to go all the fuck the way around or do all this kind of stuff. And you have, you know, animals on these boats. You have like food on these boats. You have all these big exports on these boats. And they tried to like extract a lot of water to be able to like, kind of like wiggle the boat out. That didn't work. They had like our Navy coming in. That kind of stuff wouldn't work. And then they got all the sediments out, but then they still couldn't move the boat. It was wild, dog.
Yeah.
It was, she did it. Bella's been timing that jump for a minute.
She was.
She like ran up to me. I don't know what happened. She took a long nap.
Yeah.
And now she got up mad
She's hyped. Yeah.
Mad hyped. But yeah, man, I've been seeing certain articles talk about this situation kind of like exposing kind of how vulnerable our society is on the low. Like the fact that this thing, just some wind, just blew this boat, got it lodged, and 12% of our trade was halted for a fucking week because of some wind. Like, just like, we feel like we got everything under control, like we figured this shit out, but we don't.
No, we don't.
And then us not being able to take it out for so long is like, wait, hold the fuck on. Like, we're not used to like this whole not being able to figure this shit out thing.
I mean, I think about like you remember when that pipe exploded in Galveston? I think about stuff like that.
Like when all the water and shit?
Like all that oil stuff. Like that's what that reminds me of. Like whenever it's like, it's underwater, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like...
Yeah, like
y'all ain't trained enough dolphins yet, but PETA fucking stopped us.
Yeah.
We was training the dolphins, and then PETA said, nah, dog.
Aquaman is not real, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Where's Tony Stark? I don't know.
But yeah. So, I mean, dude, that sucks.
Because if you think about it, when some shit like that happens, it's the superheroes that gotta fucking come out the woodworks.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, what happened? And then, like, they gotta come.
Yeah, and then Captain America gave up his shield to Sam. And then Sam gave it up because he's like, no, I ain't trying to be Captain America.
And then we got a woman in office, and then, so I don't know.
And then the U.S. government gave it to that goofy-looking dude. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh, wait, I thought it was Miss America, whatever her name is.
No.
Captain Marvel, what's her name?
No, but she's not. That's different.
It's different?
It's different.
She's kind of thick, though, right?
We're not going to that.
But was she not? Objectively speaking, was she or was she not thick?
I don't know.
You're capping if you're saying you don't know. My understanding was there was a whole news article about how thick she was.
Anyway,
so I was just reporting the news, dog. I'm sorry.
I was talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier on
I ain't seen
Disney
that yet.
Plus.
Shouts out Disney Plus.
So, spoilers. There's only 2 episodes, so you got time.
Speaking of Disney Plus, because making me think of ESPN Plus, which is making me think of UFC, which is making me think about. I saw. I was trying to see the UFC that happened this past this past weekend where Ngannou won.
Mm-hmm.
But it is making me go down this rabbit hole of more and more of this Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight. So, Ben Askren, UFC fighter, mainly a wrestler. They've been doing their press conferences now because I guess this fight might be coming up in April.
Bro, wrestling's fake.
You know I'm talking about the actual wrestling.
Bro, wrestling.
He was in UFC and stuff. But he is playing this like wrestling because he knows he's dealing with Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He made a video, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And he's really playing on the whole trolling thing.
Okay.
He's really going deep.
Okay.
He keeps on addressing him in like everything. Anytime he addresses him.
Logan or
when he's fighting
or
Jake Paul.
Oh, okay. So who's doing the trolling?
Ben Askren, because he knows he's dealing with Jake Paul.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So he only addresses Jake Paul as Logan's little brother. So he's just like, I know Logan's little brother gets this way because of his insecurities and tries to bully people and all this kind of stuff.
Dude, all that's like little dick energy.
What?
All of it.
All of the trolling stuff?
Yeah.
On Jake's part or whose?
Everybody's part.
Well, so here's where Ben is by what I've been seeing. Ben, here's where we're at with both fighters. Ben is saying, look, and he's like, if Jake truly is like a really, really good boxer, I probably won't win because I'm not a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that a lot of people don't realize is like it takes a lot of like the experience of being in the ring, years of being in the ring in these situations by yourself in like the time by yourself that kind of like is the muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, look, you're dealing with a real fighter who's actually been in the ring. He's like, I'm just chilling at home, retired, just kind of bored. Like, I would do this in another parallel universe or something like that for free, for fun. So, like, and this is going to end up being the biggest payday of his career. Oddly enough, on a retired, exhibition fight against a YouTuber. So it's an interesting thing because it's like, if you have to put identity to each one of these people, Ben Askren's fighting on behalf of the UFC and on behalf of like combat sports as a whole because they're kind of like this dude, Jake Paul, is kind of making a mockery of the sport in their opinion, like just kind of out here doing this bullshit, and he feels like he's saving the sport. He's like, I'm saving boxing. No one's watching boxing or giving a fuck about boxing. I'm bringing the entertainment to boxing to show people that boxing is a bigger, better sport than UFC, because by the looks of it right now, UFC's taken over viewership over like boxing and most other sports. So it's like he's fighting on behalf of UFC fighters, being like UFC fighters are better, and him being like boxing and the sport of boxing, and entertainers, YouTubers, and celebrities fighting on behalf of that. And so then it's like, well, who's going to win? Is it the combat sport UFC actual trained fighters or the YouTuber celebrities / boxing organizations? So it's an interesting fight because even on the boxing side, people are wondering, like there's the debates on, are they fighting for the sport or is he fighting, like, is he hurting the sport or is he bettering the sport of boxing, right?
I feel like he's hurting it.
So this is where we're at on Ben's part, where he's like, he doesn't feel like he's going to be able to deal with the pressure. He's not going to have the stamina because it's like Ben Askren's not known to really get hit and he can take a punch.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't believe that he'll truly knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, dude, these guys get kicked in the face and stuff. So like,
But Jake is coming really hard with the trolls.
Anyone that can take a kick anywhere on the body repeatedly, like, you're an assassin to me.
That's one thing he was saying. He was like, look, let's be real here. If I caught you in the streets and we were just in an alley somewhere, like, I would commit a homicide on you.
Yeah.
Is what Ben said to
Yeah, no, legitimately. Like, UFC fighters can kill people if they wanted to.
And so in the press conference, at the end, Ben, like, face palmed Jake in his face.
That's cute.
Pushed his face away and walked off.
Mm-hmm.
Ben did that to Jake. And I think that's him playing into like, I know that this is gonna. He's like, because he's not known to get physical to do that. He's like, I know if I do this shit, it's gonna.
I know for a fact Jake punched a hole in a wall somewhere after that.
It was interesting. He kind of did a good. He, like, as it was coming, he like ducked his head, and immediately did like went back and then did a counter. So he like immediately smacked him in the side, like immediate.
So were they about to slap box or?
And then he pushed him. Ben was already walking away.
Oh.
And so then he pushed him. Ben literally face palmed as he walked away and just kept on casually walking away, not even minding, as if like what Jake didn't happen. Just literally like ignored it and kept on going.
Yeah.
There was multiple times that like Jake did try to come up and kind of be like, well, let's meet up right now. And he was like, sit down, Jake. Like, there's like 27 people that aren't going to let you fight. Like,
yeah.
You know, come on.
Yeah.
You know? But he would just keep on like, and he would make these jokes, and then Jake would be like,
was Jake wearing a tap out shirt?
I feel like Jake was dressed ridiculously though. He
sounds like he had tap out shirt energy drunk at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
He had that energy, but he was wearing like pink sweatpants, some shoes, like some sort of like bleached multicolored plaid shirt. It was wild. Oh, and Ben was wearing like flip flops, jeans, and a t-shirt.
Did he have that "mom come pick me up" energy? They're being mean to me.
No, he had like literally like the bully at school. So like when Ben would like make a joke, he'd be like, "Oh, were we supposed to laugh? Could you say it again so we could all laugh, so we can remember it? Make sure to laugh in time. All right, sorry. Go ahead and say it. Ha ha ha." Or he would literally like, you know, be asked a question, Ben would go off and start, you know, just making kind of good points.
Yeah.
And then like Jake would just be like into the microphone, just like like literal childish energy. It was very, 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 very childish energy, but it's what you expect Jake to do. It's like, and it's what Ben expects Jake to do.
Yeah.
And then he had like a joke that it went off well, people laughed, and he was like, all right, that was a good one. That's one good joke you've done tonight. And then he did another one. He was like, so you've done 2 good jokes tonight. That's it. 2 good jokes. And like just literally just being annoying. And I mean, it is making for it is blocking me in and making me be like, I don't know, man. I want to watch this fucking fight.
It's another thing of like, you want to see this guy get his ass beat.
I don't think he will. I truly think, I mean, everyone's kind of, but especially, and it's making me feel more with Ben saying it. I truly feel like Jake does this kind of stuff. He knows he knows how to piss people off, but because he knows like no one's training the way that I'm training, and no one's like, by what I'm like hearing people say that people are hearing, is that like he is truly like hurting people in these.
But I feel like if he goes after real boxers, like he would get his ass beat.
Oh, apparently he's like really putting himself with real gym people who are like supposed to fuck you up, and he is fucking them up. Not just like, oh yeah, no, he's hitting, like he's fucking these dudes up.
Okay.
So like a lot of people are saying like, you don't realize like he really is good.
Okay.
So if it really shows like he's truly, truly good at boxing, Ben has said it himself. He is not a boxer, and he may not win. And so when I'm hearing that and hearing like seeing how hard Jake's going, it's making me be like, Jake has it.
Okay.
Jake claims knockout in the second round, either second or third round.
Okay.
Is what he said.
I don't know why he doesn't just put him in the octagon.
Because that's the thing. He's like, I am a boxer. What he's not saying I'm gonna beat the fuck out of everyone. No, I am a boxer. And he's like, these MMA fighters think that they're all tough and they can do this or that. They don't know the ring. They're saying they don't know the boxing ring. They don't have the this, the that. They don't have what it takes to truly be a boxer. They think just because they're fighters that they can do this. Just like Nate Robinson, just because you're an athlete, this, you know, it's different when you're in the ring is what they're basically out here to say. They're saying we are boxers. We are now boxers. Fuck all that. We are boxers. This is what we do every day. This is what we're passionate about. And this is what drives us. And you guys don't know the ring. You guys may know how to do this. You may know how to use a knee, how to whatever the fuck. You don't know how to box. And that's why. Yeah, 100%. You put Jake in the octagon with him, he's going to get demolished. But what he's saying is, and this is why he's saying, look, me at what I am. And they're using the YouTuber thing to their advantage because they're like, I'm not going to cut weight. Like, they're not like, same thing with like Logan's not going to cut weight for the Floyd fight. Like, you fight me at what I am. Are you afraid to fight a YouTuber type shit? You know what I mean? Like, I thought I'm just a YouTuber. So they're not, they have like weight advantages. They have like, their advantage is that they're literally boxers.
I still don't think they could beat Floyd.
I don't
legitimately.
Think so either. I don't think so either. I don't think that Logan's going to get
or
Floyd.
Like let's say if like Jake tried to fight like Canelo or something, like he'd get his ass beat.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Nah, he would not.
Yeah.
He would not. But I think he could take Conor.
Oh, yeah.
So
Conor can't even be in the ring, in the octagon anymore. Like,
right?
Like, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's been a wild week.
Yeah.
There's some more things that like we still need to touch on, but I want to save those for a little further because I feel like there's some more digging that we got to do.
For sure.
Biden out here trying to lock us down, and I just want to know.
Allegedly.
I just want to know what my rights are this week.
Sure.
So
yeah,
once we find out what we can and can't do, we'll reach back to you and let you guys know. But thanks for listening. Of course, make sure you tell somebody. Make sure you hit up all your Proud Boy friends and let them know that we're on here talking.
Mad
for
spicy.
Them, that we're out here, repping for them.
Nope.
All of your Christian conservative friends, let them know that Pablo's here for them. No. And also let all of your liberal, LGBTQ supporters that Roman's here for them. And
your vegans?
Yeah, let all your vegans know that Roman's here for them. So let everybody know. Check us out on, the Instagrams, Twitters, YouTubes. Skits are going to be coming back. Trust me.
Yeah.
Our lead actor's down right now. So once we get our actor back.
We don't really act that well.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk, we don't know how to act. You can tell by these.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thanks for listening. And check us out next week.
Yeah, love you guys.
Check us out on the gram, on Twitter. Pablo might start speaking his mind on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I might
probably not.
I might have him speaking his mind. You know what I mean? But yeah, check us out next week and get that gun away from me. We out. Bow.